Welcome to our overview of entering and paying bills in Acumatica. Starting on the AP Clerk dashboard, I can see my KPIs about my payables such as bills on hold, documents to release, bills to pay, as well as trends and graphs to give me a snapshot of the condition of my accounts payable. From the Payables menu, we can take a look at setting up a vendor. Our preferences make it easier and more accurate as we have the defaults already preset for our different class of vendors. If I look at my class of vendors, I go into my product class, I can see that I can default my terms, my payment methods, and even my currency that I'm trading with them. Let's go into vendors, and I'll just take one of our existing vendors to go through some of the setup involved. Here you can determine if they're a 1099 vendor. By clicking there, you can set up the default box that will come up for your bills paid to them. You can set up your financial. That's where those terms were defaulted from our class. The payment types are defaulted from the class for the check. Attributes, multiple locations, multiple contacts, GL accounts. For instance, this is a purchasing vendor that we buy our inventory from, so default is cost of goods sold. This could also be insurance, office supplies, whatever makes sense for the vendor. And you can take a look at any activities where you can create reminders and events or track emails. If you've set it up to automatically post your purchase order emails here, you can bring them up, take a look at the purchase orders, pull up a PDF and see the email that was sent to them. From each vendor, you also have the ability to store notes. Here we've got one reminding me that they're going to be gone during hunting season. I could make that a pop-up note during a specific period of time. And I can look at my files to make sure that we've completed the W-9 for them. Once you have your vendor set up, it's time to take in the new bills. I'll bring up this vendor, go-to vendor, and since we do purchase our items from them, we've received a receipt. Our warehouse has already received these items. I can go through and pick the receipt that I want to enter. I could also do by receipt lines, multiple receipts. Select my vendor, look at my purchase order number, verify the price. If I need to make a change in pricing, I can do that here. And once it's correct, go ahead and remove the hold. Once I release that, we could go ahead and pay it immediately, but we'll take a look at payments in just a minute. Another way to enter a bill for people that you don't have purchase receipts for, let's take a look at Nationwide Insurance. Nationwide Insurance sends a bill for a year's worth of property insurance. I can put my description in here, add the line item. Notice that it defaulted to my insurance because of the vendor. I can make that change, put in the total cost. My extended cost on this is $3,600, and I'm able to save that. But if I don't want to expense everything in the month that I'm paying it, I could go ahead and add a deferral code that I've predefined. This one's set up, spread it out over 13 months to allow to be deferred based on the number of days in the remaining part of this month. There's the bill that I have. I can now generate the transactions and see what will be posted for each financial period. $80 remaining in September, the remaining equally distributed, and then the final payment in September of next year. So again, there's many ways to create payments. I'm going to go ahead and remove hold here, release it, and then we're going to go to pay this one. When I pay this one, I need to remove it from hold. The total amount to pay, I could make that change here, but I'm paying it in full. My payment method is already set up for me. And here you see I have several payments that I could also do, but I'm just going to print the one that I've checked on the checkbox here. Go ahead and hit process. The form is set up. I go to my printer, print it. I can send that. I can export it as an Excel or a PDF, send it as an email for verification, and when I'm done, come back into the release payments. That's the next step in payments. Here I can determine if I can release it, or if I had a problem with my printer, reprint it, or reprint it with a new check number. Acumatica provides a way to automate many of these steps by creating schedules for your regular processes. Processes can help remembering to run each process and provide you with updates on steps waiting for you back on your dashboard, saving you time and alerting you to things pending completion. The steps in paying the bills, including the prepare payments, process payments, such as ACH or check, and releasing the payments, the steps we were just going through. When I go to my prepare payments, it brings up a list of all bills outstanding with the amount that is owed. I can also do this based on the pay date, within, etc. I can do it by a product class. If I wanted to do my employees, maybe weekly, general administrative, maybe I do on a monthly basis, or I go to my products vendors and maybe I pay those, let's say, every 15 days so that it's done twice a month. And select that. It'll narrow down my search, give me the total amount due. From this screen, you can always select which individual checks you want to pay, and as you do, the selection total will update for you. You can change the amounts that you're going to pay at any point in time. But if you run this every 2 weeks and pay everything that's due within the next 2 weeks, simply go up here to the Add Schedule. By adding this to a schedule, let's say I'm going to do this weekly, every 2 weeks, on Sunday night at midnight. Once I save this schedule as active, the system will automatically run through this process and move everything from prepare payments to the next step, which is process or print checks. You can see I've got a couple here that have already come in, ready to be printed. Same thing here. Once this is filled out for my weekly or monthly or bi-weekly bills, whatever checks are waiting to be printed, you go back to your schedule, take a look at the schedule here. And in this case, maybe I set it up to run Monday and also Friday to pick up my weekly checks. Once the checks are run, you're going to be able to go out and come to the release payment section. And here you may want to run this automatically for your ACH and other transfers, but have it stop. So here's checks that have been printed, and I have again the choice to release, reprint, or print with new number. But at least it's all come together for you, making it easy to get to. Last thing I had highlighted here was just to mention when entering bills, if you have recurring transactions, you can set those up, for instance, my alarm monitoring, where I don't have to enter a bill each month. I just know I'm going to pay them automatically a certain amount. Add this to a schedule. I could run it manually or have it done automatically for me. I hope this helps understand that Acumatica has the ability to configure your payables to process efficiently, gives you the control and ability to drill back to every step of the process from receiving, billing, and payments. And then using the automation process, Acumatica takes over the routine steps in accounts payable to save you time. For more information on Acumatica's cloud-based ERP, please visit us at our website, aswius.com.